Hi, this is Chloe here at magicalwellness.co. Today I want to talk about something which I've written about in more detail in my Magical Tapping 101 free download, which you can find on the website magicalwellness.co. And it's using crystals in tapping. Now, one thing that you can do for using crystal energy is just to call on the energy of the particular crystal that you want while tapping. So you would use perhaps a positive tapping and start with hands on heart and say, I call to me the energy of whatever it is, amethyst, hematite, rose quartz, whatever it is that you want to draw the energy of. And then you tap through the points saying, wonderful rose quartz energy, an abundance of self-love, whatever it is that you want. Another thing which you can do is to actually use crystals while you're tapping, to hold them in your hand and tap with the crystal. Now, I've been trying this out quite a lot, and for example, I would not use something like this because too pointy. I mean, you could use one of the less pointy side bits, but overall this is quite a jaggedy edged sort of stone. So even though it's a beautiful amethyst, it wouldn't be my first choice to use. You can, but it's a bit pointy. You don't want something that pointy when you're banging yourself with it, really. But most shapes of crystal, most kinds of crystal will work. For example, here I have a tiger's eye. So I'm not going to do that using the point, but there are softer bits, or there's the edge, and you can use that very well. I mean, that kind of edge is just perfect for tapping around. You can also, of course, use something like a palm stone. That's going to be just perfect as well. Once again, taking the edge. Balls work beautifully too. Very nice. You can even use something like a little statuette. And with this one, I find actually this bit of, this is Kuan Yin, this bit of her head, even though it's not pointy, you see the difference between point and sort of a rounded head bit. So that's actually fine for tapping, and you can use that. But if you preferred, you could use the base. That would also work fine. Or you could use the whole of the back. That would work fine too. It's a little bit big in some spots, but even then, like using her side, that works. So you can do that. And for example, something like this lovely purple sea sediment jasper hagstone, that works absolutely fine too, because it's not pointy. So the point of using the crystals while you're tapping is that it kind of amplifies the energy flow, it amplifies the power of what you're doing, especially if you choose a crystal that works well with what it is that you're trying to achieve in your tapping session. So, for example, for today I have drawn this lovely card from the Cosmic Mother Tarot. I say a lovely card, I mean, it's the Eight of Swords. She's bound around and trapped, and she has all of these swords on her skirt. So, she's carrying all these thoughts and beliefs and assumptions with her, and they're tripping her up on her long skirt, and she's tied and bound by them, and her eyes are blindfolded. It's not necessarily a great position to be in, and yet I love the energy of this card. For one thing, there are the colours that she's wearing, which speak of wisdom, and it's through that she can break out of it. And also she has this fiery red hair, so full of passion, full of energy, and there are these sort of fiery leaves or flames around her. So for me, there's a lot of potential in this card, that she's currently trapped, but there's a lot of things that she's got going for her, shall we say, to help her get out of this position. And in the traditional card, you normally have 8 swords around the person, but there's clearly some path that they could walk where they would just walk straight through the swords if they took the time to look for it. And so in the same way, she's got all this potential. Sorry, as you may have heard, I was called away to make breakfast. So back to tapping on the 8 of Swords from the Cosmic Mother Tarot. And for this, I'm going to demonstrate it using my purple sea sediment jasper, because this is a lovely crystal for nurturing yourself and for stability, but also the colour purple connects it with the higher realms, with being open to spirit, which, you know, allows new potential in, a flow of new energy, and helps release stuckness and stagnation. Take a moment to think about some self-beliefs that you have that may be holding you back, that may be keeping you stuck. And this could be the kinds of thoughts that you sort of sabotage yourself with, like, I couldn't do that, I'm not that kind of person, I can't do that, I've never done that, that's just not me. Those sorts of things. Or it can be any kind of thoughts or beliefs that, as I say, stop you from doing something or doing something new. Like it could be, that's too scary, I wouldn't be able to cope. Whatever it is for you. And think about a particular set of beliefs or a situation in which you would perhaps like to change, and yet there's something that's holding you back. And it's probably some of your own self-beliefs that are saying, you can't do that, you've never been able to do that, you've always been like this, you can't change. We have that a lot, and you know, there's a part of it where those sorts of thoughts are there to help protect you, because if you stay within your comfort zone, then you won't do anything dangerous. But they also stop you from opening up new possibilities. And so let's let go of some of those old unhelpful self-beliefs today. Get clear in your mind what it is that you'd like to work on. Keep that in sort of the back of your mind, shall we say. And then you can tap along with me, doing what I do, saying what I say. If you want to have a crystal, pause the video, go and get yourself one. Otherwise, you can just tap with your fingers, that's fine too. But I thought it would be nice to add that in for today. So, even though I have these limiting self-beliefs, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have these thoughts about myself, and they're keeping me stuck, and they're holding me back from doing something I want to do, I deeply and completely love and forgive myself. Even though I have these self-limiting beliefs, and there's this voice in my head that tells me I can't do things, and I want to do some things. I want to make changes. I completely and deeply love and accept myself. Tapping through the points. These self-limiting beliefs, and they're keeping me stuck. They're trapping me. They're causing me to stagnate. And they keep me in my comfort zone. And I honour that these beliefs have helped keep me safe in the past. And now I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to let go of these limiting self-beliefs. And these limiting beliefs have cost me. They have cost me in terms of freedom. They have cost me in terms of being able to change. They have stopped me expanding my horizons. They have tripped me up and kept me small. And I recognize that these beliefs were useful at one point in my life. Or that they were given to me by my parents or society. And they were designed to keep me safe. And I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for a change. And expanding my comfort zone doesn't have to mean it's unsafe. I can do something new. I can make a positive change for my life. I can step out of my comfort zone with awareness. I can embrace beneficial changes. I'm open to doing something new. And my beliefs are affected by my actions. If I do something, then clearly that's something that I can do. And I can shift my beliefs through small actions. Every day, the things I choose to do make me who I am. And I can choose to do things differently. I can start small and changing just a little bit each day. My actions can reshape my sense of self. And I can make a small change. I can do something just a little bit differently. I can start to shift what I do. I can start to shift how I think about myself. I can start to shift these limiting beliefs. And I'm ready to make this change now. I want to make this change. I embrace this new me. Take a deep breath, or if you like, place your crystal to your heart. Take a deep breath and perhaps say, transform. Transform. So I hope that you found this tapping meditation helpful. You can always tap through it all again, or use your own words. Find a crystal that works for you, do it without a crystal. There's always lots of options. I hope that you will find it helpful to release some of those self-limiting beliefs and start to create a new you. Blessed be.